meet your council member reading for the fairy. Okay, so I do have some crystals here I'll go ahead and start with. And these were kind of interesting to me. I have 6 crystals here, and so the first 3, what am I starting with? Okay, I'm going to start with the citrine. Okay, so this is my citrine, and citrine has to do with your solar plexus, has to do with your ambition, even some of the things like you're talking about, traveling, moving, going to new places, or career, things like this. It all has to do with, and your ambition as far as how you get things done and how you move forward, and sort of your charge to be able to move forward um, in certain areas of your life, especially areas that have to do with things like career and getting established, and things that take a lot of willpower and energy to do. Also, what you're talking about as far as fears with people, this chakra all has to do also with, it can have to do with speaking your truth and sort of being out in the open. So it is a very masculine energy. It's a more outward energy versus a more feminine or withdrawn energy. Okay, so then I have my pyramid here. This is a jasper, and pyramids, again, it's a masculine energy, the pyramids. And again, it's very, very grounding. Jaspers tend to be really grounding, but pyramids also tend to be really grounding. And even the shape of the pyramid, how it's like a triangle, when you're not thinking of it like 3D, and you're just looking at the front of the triangle, your guides are like showing me, when a person is sitting and they're meditating and like cross-legged, and so it creates a triangle with their legs out. Sorry, Isis. With their legs out and going up to their head. So it's a perfect triangle. And so, right, okay, and so there's this energy with the pyramid of you're connected to higher realms, you're connected to your guides, and you're connected to your higher chakras, but at the same time, you're very rooted to earth, and you have a very grounded, solid energy. Okay, so your guides are saying that that's something that needs to be developed. Okay. Yeah, okay, so they're saying that a lot of times fears, yeah, you can definitely have problems with fear in the solar plexus. So that's one reason that they're bringing that chakra up, and the sacral as well. But oftentimes it actually points to the root cause being the root chakra, which makes sense for all the red as well. There's a lot of red in this jasper here. Then I have here the third crystal is another jasper. This is my tiger's eye jasper, and again, it's very grounding. It's very clearing, and it sort of hones in on blocks. It helps someone to clear them and remove them, but it is really about your space and your environment, and getting clear and getting grounded. So all of these are really very, very grounding stones, and they have to do with these lower chakras, and really more grounded chakras, because a lot of times people, if you say lower, they're thinking right away negative, but it's not really about negative. It is just that they are very grounded. And then I have three other stones here. Like I said, I had 6. This one as well is a very grounding stone. It's also very good for psychic protection and sort of collecting yourself. So the ability to be calm. All of these really have a calming energy. these three here, and also with the malachite. This is my malachite. There's also an energy to do with nature, and that's really this one. That's really more where the grounding comes from. It comes from your ability to connect to nature, and being a fairy, certainly you have acquired that skill. So this is my rose quartz here, and then I have my green fluorite. So both of these are heart chakra stones. So with these three over here, it more represented the root chakra, solar plexus, and sacral. All three of those really equally. These three here more represent the heart chakra, and I would say the malachite, for me, I'm feeling that this really can also represent and help with the root chakra, because it is very grounding, as well as being a nature stone. But all three of these stones are also good for empathy and sort of helping you discern what's yours and discern what's not yours. So your guides are also saying, sometimes as an empath, you can be picking up on other people's fears and just really um, not have an understanding of that, you know. Okay, but also, yeah, there is really a calming effect. The green fluoride especially has a very calming effect, and so it's very good with centering yourself, very good with meditation. Your guides are saying meditation again. Breathing, they're saying, yeah, and connecting to nature. All these stones really help with connecting to nature. Now, rose quartz also specifically helps with your ability to almost find people that you resonate with and develop just an easier time with connecting with others, even if it's in a way of setting boundaries or something like that. Whatever it is that you need to do as far as your relationships with others, the rose quartz is very good with that, very good with anything related to that, really. Okay, so yeah, so one thing that your guides are saying, and even though I always have crystals that I've drawn at the beginning of the reading, guides don't always say this. In fact, most of the time they don't say this. But in this case, they're saying that you might want to think about some stones that you could get for yourself, because they are saying that you resonate with crystals, that would be something that that your soul would resonate with to help you with these issues. And I even feel like you consciously would resonate with those to help you with certain issues. Okay, again, the environment is coming in. Because I don't normally, with the Tiger's Eye Jasper, I don't normally, even though I know that it can help clear an area, but I was really feeling that distinctly in this reading, and that's more an intuitive thing. A lot of the meanings that were coming through during this reading, it was just whatever your guides were saying, as often is the case during my readings, but I do also a lot of the time logically obviously know things about some of the crystals. But this idea of there being something to clear in your environment, your room, your house, where you live, there's a feeling not just of needing to clear it, but also there's a feeling that you need to psychically protect your space. You need to psychically create, you need to psychically protect your aura, and you need to psychically protect your space. So there's different ways you can do this. You can use sage to smudge. You can also take salt and you can sprinkle it like around the borders of your room and your house. You can also use a spray bottle, and you can put water in the spray bottle and salt, and you can just spray it through the room, spray it through the house, or you can even put essential oils in it, spray that through. Okay, and also visualizations. Now, the thing about any of these things is that you would have to keep them up, especially with visualizations. They can a visualization, they can work for a lot of people, but the thing is that you have to keep them up and keep doing them. For instance, even when I was first starting readings in a certain space, I had to start really building up the energy in the area. And I noticed more and more that yes, whenever I would visualize, there would be a significant amount of energy in the room, and I could do a reading easily without any, energetic distractions. But as I kept doing it, I noticed that there weren't like so many blocks in the room. Like for a while, especially when I was down in the basement giving the readings. Right now, I'm in my room kind of temporarily because they're um, doing all this repair and stuff to the basement. But when I was down there for a while, I would notice that I had to like keep going over an area with the visualization. I would just feel this energy, like it's ramming into some energy, and I have to clear out this space. Well, after a while, I didn't have to do that anymore. I would visualize the sphere, and it would just go very quickly and easily. So it's like you keep building up and building up and building up an energy into a space. And also it's very good to call beings into the space, like call guardians into the space. I usually call like the four directions, um like guardians of the four directions, basically north, east, south, west, just to have some beings come into the space and protect the space. um So it's not exactly um, like it is kind of a pagan thing, but I don't exactly do it in that sort of way. I don't do anything like I do it very quickly, and I just do it to like protect my space. And so it's okay because they're wanting you to do something more quickly. Um, just like a simple visualization and call some beings into the space. And you can do some things with salt or something like that. Um, you can use smudge, you can use salt, but I feel like especially they would want you to focus on, like if you did do something like that, I would feel like it would be maybe once a week, something like that. Where you like spray the room or the house or you smudge it or you salt it. I feel like that would be more like once a week. Um, and for your own aura, like I don't really feel like something like that would be that helpful to, spray around your aura or smudge around your aura, for the reason that you could be around people for an hour and it could weaken. And so it's better to have a visualization that you just keep up. And anytime you feel anything, you just sort of redo the visualization. And you can even call your guides around you, near you, even when you do the visualization around yourself. But meditation, again, I'm getting meditation, that this needs to be like a regular practice for you. Okay, but now they're coming into something else that they were kind of getting into at the very beginning. When I was getting the code name, the Faery, right away there was this energy of just the fact that fairies tend to be very away from people. They tend to be pretty distant a lot of the time. If they get to know you, then they probably won't have an issue with you. Um, if you are of a high energy, if you are of a peaceful energy. But a lot of the time, if they don't know you, they're not going to be around you. They're not going to really want anything to do with you, um, because you are a human. And if you're a human, then excuse me, but you're kind of fucking up the earth, in their opinion, because the large majority of humans do that and are doing that. And even, every day, all of us have our own part to play. Every time I throw things in the garbage can, it's going to be carted off somewhere into a big dumpster. So I'm still doing my part to sort of mess up the planet. So there are these energies, towards humans that fairies tend to carry for the reason that they are protecting the earth. And their primary care and concern is the earth and protecting her and nourishing her and keeping a balance, which humans have kind of wrecked. They've wrecked that balance. So being that you are of that origin, you've had past lives from there, probably a significant amount. And even I get a feeling of, probably even on other planets, you were also a fairy there, so there's kind of this star seed fairy type of energy there. And with the origin, a definite fairy feeling with that origin. So it makes sense that you might come in with some issues towards people, especially since your guides keep saying that you are an empath. You are a strong empath. And so you would pick up on anxieties and feelings. And a lot of people have issues about what other people think of them, and they have issues about what type of attitude is going to come towards me, you know, um, from other people, and they have issues and they have concerns surrounding that. So let's say you have 50 people around you, which I doubt you're going to have since you're saying you that you moved to a really, really small town. But let's even 5 people, let's say that you have multiple people around you and all of them have a little bit of an issue with that. Well, if you're picking up on it from multiple people because you are really open, then yeah, you can have a lot of anxiety, you can have a lot of fear, especially if you're in a bigger city. So that's interesting that you're saying that you are feeling more on top of people now, more on top of a lot of these issues than you were when you were in a bigger place. Because there's more energies where there are more people, and there's less energies where there are less people. And also, if you're in a place that is more indigenous, it's probably going to have more nature around you. You're going to feel more at home there automatically. And that's another thing that they're saying, is that you need to do things to feel more at home. And so they are saying connecting to nature, but I also get the feeling that you already attempt to do that. That's just something that you naturally are wanting to do, that you naturally are wanting to incorporate, that you already become inspired to incorporate. So that's not so much an issue as long as you continue to incorporate it, you do this fairly, or whenever you feel kind of depleted, it would be good to go into nature. But some regular practices that you need to include and that you really need to start honing would be the meditation, and would be this idea of setting up a sacred space and clearing your home and visualizing sacred space and clearing your home with something physical like once a week. It can, as you continue, it could be less often even. If you're feeling like it's too much now to do it once a week, or that it just isn't as necessary once a week because of the energies that you have built up. But the important thing to do daily would be the visualizations around the house and then all throughout the day around your aura, because this is something, again, you need to build up. You need to build up protection around your aura. And in some ways, it's going to be easier to build it up around your house because your house isn't, um, first off, it's staying in one spot. And second off, it's not having as many energies, sent to it where you're living as you would be as a human. You're going to have more, um, you're going to have more people that you're interacting with. A house is not really going to be interacting with people, and it's not going to have a lot of energies coming towards it as a result. So that's something to really be aware of. This cleansing your home, cleansing the space around you, your environment. And again, they're reminding me of the tiger Jasper. So this is again something that you can even use crystals to help you with, and you can buy some really cheap crystals, and they don't even have to be as big as some of these. They can be smaller, like the malachite here. They don't have to be really big to give off an energy, especially when you have multiple ones. You can buy them for $2 or $3. And yeah, you can buy them for $2 or $3 each, and so they're not really that much to have some physical tools around you that also are part of the earth. That's what's so good about crystals, and that's why you would resonate with those. That's why they would help you and benefit you. Okay, because your soul is really part of the earth, and just like part of the idea of a planet and the idea of nature itself. So you connect with nature, you connect with her energy, you connect with the planet's energy, and animals as well. This is a helpful source of like a high vibration, a clear, pure vibration for you to be around. If you have access to any kind of wildlife, or even if you have an animal with you, like a cat or something. So this is really helpful. But yeah, they are saying that again. They are saying, so keep in mind that you are going to that it is possible to have some issues because of your origin type in this area. Okay, this idea too of teaching, how you're talking about teaching, and that you got a teaching position, they're bringing that up too, because basically just this feeling of nurturing that does kind of come with a teaching position. There's a feeling of nurturing something, nurturing children, or nurturing people. And the same like with animals. Like if you were to care for animals, there's this energy of nurturing. And so they're saying that this environment is definitely more suitable for you, just because it puts you in a nurturing position. And they're saying that you are more of a nurturer, but they're saying that you are meant to be a grounded nurturer. If you are up here, then what that means is you're going to end up being the empathic, overly empathic, sort of negative nurturer who self-sacrifices and takes on everybody's burdens and their, energetic crap, basically. Because you're open and you're not grounded. And they're saying that you have to be sort of grounded to reality. You have to be sort of grounded in reality and grounded to the earth. And by what they're saying, by being grounded to reality, they're not saying, don't believe in fantasy and that and that exists, or be immersed in the supernatural. They're not by any means saying that. They're more talking about, you know, have goals, have guidance and direction, have practices that you follow, have certain 3D things, even if some of them are metaphysical practices, even if most of them are, they're saying have 3D things that you do in your physical body. They're saying like even going out to nature, this is a physical thing. And this is something that is helpful. So these are things, these are tools that can help you remain grounded. Even activities like a creative activity, like something where you are expressing something out through your body, like dance or something like that. If you were to do something like yoga, something like this as well, they're saying this is very beneficial, for grounding purposes. They're also suggesting researching foods that would benefit these chakras, these lower chakras, and even the heart chakra as well. You can look into that, but they're saying especially the three lower chakras: the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus. Okay, so we have a few minutes left, but your guides are saying that they don't really want to speak about anything else. Only a couple of minutes though. But yeah, they're saying that they've said everything that they wanted to say. Okay, and I am looking at this other question, but yeah, they're not wanting to go into that so much. Even the first email that you sent, I remember there was this feeling almost like they weren't going to answer the second question, and then you changed it. But for some reason, they're still not wanting to answer the second question. So I'm assuming that they just wanted to put most of their time and their attention into the first question. Okay. And they're saying that the second question, that actually part of the reason is that since we only have a couple minutes left, they're saying that it would actually take too much time to go into and to answer. So thank you very much, the Fairy. That was your code name. Thank you so much, the Fairy, for allowing me to do this reading for you. And I truly hope that it benefits you. Thank you. Namaste.